friends with John.
I've been waiting for you, Obi-Wan. We meet again at last. You should not have come back.
I don't like sand. It's coarse and rough and irritating, and it gets everywhere.
I've been waiting for you, Rick. You should.
Hello there. Oh, let me switch up this. How you doing, buddy?
Good.
So, yeah, welcome. We're just gonna chat a little bit about the Kenobi show and open up a toy or two. Just have some fun on a Saturday.
I can hear the feed. Do you still have that feed going or something?
Yeah, I do. Is that gone?
Yeah. Who did that? Who did that Moff Gideon behind you? The signed one.
That's me.
Is that yours? And then you signed? You wrote on it for someone?
No, he signed it.
Oh, he signed it for you.
He was in Vancouver 2 years ago for Fan Expo.
You took your artwork there and got him to sign your artwork. Gotcha.
Yeah, that's my new thing. Now that I'm starting to have art for a lot of people.
Yeah.
I buy their autograph.
Yeah.
Here you go. Here's your $100 or whatever you want. I'll take this picture, and then I'm like, oh, and here's a gift. Here's artwork I drew of you, and then they hug me and kiss me and shake my hand, whatever. Yeah. And then I'm like, oh, would you be so nice to sign one for me? And then they usually do it without billing me twice.
Yeah, gotcha.
So it's kind of a cool gesture, and I love to give gifts, right? If I can give a gift like that. Hello there.
Hey, there's Mark right there.
Hey, what's going on, bro?
How you doing, bro?
You doing well? Machino, what's going on, buddy?
I was just up there. We replaced the battery in my brother's Mustang and washed the car. It needs a second washing later on. I mean, we did our best.
It must be really dirty then.
It's been like a year, man. I mean, but we gotta sell it because when he can drive again, it's too low to the ground. It's a standard car, so it's got a clutch. With his leg being in the condition it's in, he might not be able to use the clutch as effectively as he could. So, we got to get a car that's easier for him to drive and one that's a little higher up, so it's easier for him to get in and out of. So
okay.
The Mustang's got to go. So it was our first try of getting it started, getting a new battery, washing it at least once to make sure that we can, we want to get it back up into he keeps his cars generally in really nice shape. So it really just needs some washing, detailing, and we can sell it and get a good price for it, so it's a really nice looking Mustang. It's got all the special add-ons, and he did some work on it that boosted it up even more horsepower and everything. Yeah. GT
and I'll give you guys a deal. Only 6% commission on any car sales within my chat here.
There you go.
6% Canadian. It's a deal. So your overall reaction of the first two episodes of Kenobi, good?
Yeah, we're gonna get right into it. Dude, I love it. I love it. Absolutely love it. I am in love with the show. I just think it's some of the Star Wars I've been wanting. You know what I mean? We've got Vader's guys. If it's not Vader himself, we've at least got Vader's guys hunting down the remnants of the Jedi. And
Some
I've been saying
evil-looking, badass, black-wearing characters. I'm impressed.
I've been saying for years. That line. Darth Vader, who was a student of mine before he turned to evil. Helped the Empire hunt down and destroy the Jedi Knights. Now the Jedi are all but extinct. That line made me want to see it. From that moment on, I've been like, I want to see them hunting down the Jedi. Let me see some dark side users hunting down, killing, just go for it, So yeah, it's. I hope we get to see a fight or two, though. I would have liked to have seen them have a lightsaber battle with that Jedi. It's too bad we just.
Oh, I'm sure we're going to see several lightsaber battles. Or
I hope we do. Yeah,
he wouldn't have dug up those lightsabers, kind of thing.
Yeah.
But overall for me, I think the best writing any of these Star Wars Disney Plus shows have had, whether that's Deborah Chow doing the actual, a lot of that dialogue that's going back and forth, because I like it. It does remind me of original trilogy.
Yeah.
Some of the lines that are said and what the dialogue is, and of course bounces back to the prequel. Yeah. And I think just in 2 episodes, less than 2 hours, whoever is doing the writing, I think did really good. And I think is making us older 40-plus-year-old people and the 20, 30-year-old people very happy, because they're covering both ends of that spectrum without throwing any garbage in the fire. They're fueling the fire from both ends, right?
Coochie geek strong, yeah.
But so far, my favorite character is the Riva character.
I do like her. I think that she's playing it very well. My whole thing is
favorite new character, of course, Kenobi. He'll be my number 1 character in this series. But yeah,
my whole thing with Riva is I feel like she's in a tough spot. Okay, she's a character that is frustrated with the system. Imagine growing up. Now, I got to ask you this, Rick. Do you think that in the beginning we see these 4 or 5 younglings, and the younglings watch their master fall and they leave? There's a tall girl in the back that seems to be a little bit older than the rest. Is that Riva?
I think it is.
Are we supposed to think that she gets away, gets captured, something happens to the other 4, but Riva
100%.
Riva gets taken in and raised by the Inquisitors or whatever.
Yeah, 100%. And again, I acknowledge that to the writing, and including a slightly taller, African American female in that young Padawan scene, because I haven't watched it in many years, but I don't think there was a taller black kid in the Jedi younglings from the movies. So they obviously introduced it.
I was just
she's
wondering.
A pretty tall and powerful woman,
and has a similar. To me, it seems like she's got a similar facial structure. You know what I mean? They found someone that could be a younger version of her. You know what I mean? So I was like, maybe it is, but I just didn't see anything that officially said that. So I just wondered.
No, when I watch it, the first time I watch it without subtitles, but then I'll quickly read the credits and see if there's any cameos I missed. Then I immediately go back and I watch it all again with subtitles. So if I misunderstood a word or two, or how to spell a planet, or it says R2D2 says, to confirm stuff. That's how I learned C-3PO was C-3PO for sure.
Yeah, of course that was
first
C-3PO.
In the credits. Anthony Daniels gets the credit, and then in the subtitles it says C-3PO speaking alien language, and so I love subtitles for obvious rewatches, and it's like instant commentary without listening to anyone talk.
But I
think it's her.
So I'm thinking to myself that Riva is a character that's grown up inside the system. Yeah. She's tasked along with these other sisters and brothers of the Inquisitors to go after these Jedi. Earlier in their career, they must have been tasked with going after Kenobi, but they failed in finding him so many times that the Vader in the Grand Inquisitor has told them to give up.
Yes,
stop
for
tracking
sure.
him down. So she's frustrated with them, for giving up on Kenobi. So that's why she wants to find him, and she's frustrated with the system.
For Kenobi, though, she knows about him personally. She calls him Ben at one point.
And I think she's frustrated with the system because
the only other person that calls him Ben is Uncle Owen at this point.
Yeah, Owen.
Because that's he lives isolated like that. But so she knows a lot. So I think we're going to learn how she learns, whether it's a flashback or it's.
Well, I mean, they basically hint that they had come up against him before, and he's gotten away because they say it a couple of times, like
over the 10 years.
Yeah, he's going to get away again, and they said, plus we've given up on him. It's not your place to go after him. You were told to stop chasing Kenobi.
That's
what I mean? Yeah. So they're not referring to just the episode we just saw. They're referring to something that happened before. So they had been on Kenobi's trail before and lost him. And You know what I mean? So, but I also think she's frustrated with the system because the Grand Inquisitor keeps telling her to stop or not use, like they're mad at her for kidnapping the senator's child. And it's like, what?
setting that little stunt
and you're like, what the hell? We're supposed to be the bad guys. We're supposed to be chasing these guys down.
We're
and
team,
using whatever tactics we can to get these Jedi. Vader wants them all dead. So why can't I use a senator's child to do that, you freaking moron? You know what I mean? Like anybody who's worked with a boss, like I was frustrated with some of my bosses earlier in life to the point where I was yelling at the top of my lungs and acting out and being all pissed off. And so,
but how many did you stick with your lightsaber?
None, of course, But that's how she's acting. She's acting the same way that I acted when I was frustrated with the system within my company that I was working for, and how
she's not climbing that corporate Sith ladder.
I can see how we're going to get this project done. If you just let me freaking do it, I'll get this project done. And you have this bureaucracy above you that's going, no, Gary's in charge. You have to let Gary do it. You haven't been here long enough. You're lower on the totem pole. You can't possibly have good ideas. And so you get frustrated and act out. And I think that's exactly what we're seeing with Reva. She's acting out because of the bureaucracy above her won't let her do her plan, even though she can see that it's a good plan and it will work. And
for sure, it's almost like she's naive and young, kind of like Anakin was. Oh, but they're not advancing me enough, and whiny.
A little bit of that too.
But without
maybe,
that whiny attitude, she's got that tough, strong woman attitude. That is what I like about one thing. The actress who is portraying her is that character. She is a strong, strong woman, a big, strong woman. And that character is an intimidating, larger than life. I've heard the terms people throwing out there. Overacting or too much of an attitude. It's acting. Acting is all acting is overacting.
True. All acting is overacting. You're right. I've actually heard actors say that.
Well, that's why we all like The Office and these comedians, and it's what actually makes them funny. If they weren't overreacting, those little comedy bits, it wouldn't be funny.
I like Tunnel's comment. He goes, "I think she was the only one true Inquisitor. The others seemed weak." And he says, to me, it's supposed to be scary and menacing. And that's what she was. Yeah.
Well, the one thing, as much airtime as the three of those Inquisitors had, we didn't see any, fighting and violence and killing and, showing off their techniques. We saw them bickering at each other and pushing up each other against the wall. That fifth brother threw her against the wall, and you could see how much bigger she was. She head to head with the Grand Inquisitor more than once.
Mm-hmm.
And then at the end, her final choice to stick the boss right in the gut and either kill him or not kill him kind of thing. So
speaking of that,
I want to see them fight other people with lightsabers.
I gotta go back and watch the trailer again. But isn't there a scene in the trailer where we see like a boardroom kind of looking thing
with a bunch of trophies?
We see the Grand Inquisitor, we see the fifth brother, the girl with the tentacle things on her neck, and then in walks Riva.
Yeah, there's one more.
So the Grand Inquisitor's in that shot. So if I remember right from the trailer, so that means, and we haven't seen that scene yet in the show. That's either in episode 3 or 4. So
because they had a display case with a bunch of lightsaber handles and other kind of props.
That's true. So if the Grand Inquisitor's in that shot, then it means he didn't die from the stab, because there's scenes in the trailer with him in it that we haven't seen yet in the show.
Good point, because we also know that because he's in the 3-year-long animated series called Rebels or whatever. So we know it is supposed to be the same character.
And I was looking at the
armor. It's a different character. It is the exact same character.
I was looking at the armor, and I was even the animated one has that red thing on the armor and the same kind of armor.
It looks good, all lit up too, like in the live action.
Yeah, so I think that is the same one from the animated series. Yeah, and they're not going to be dumb enough to kill him in this and then kill him again You know what I mean? Like
in Star Wars, nobody ever really dies, do they?
Yeah, yeah.
As we, we all kind of love and hate at the same time.
Vaders Girl says IMDb says that actor's in 5 episodes. So yeah, he's coming back. He's coming back even in the same show. Then yeah.
I'm glad we did get lots of airtime for it wasn't just Riva overpowering the screen like people were kind of still saying. The Grand Inquisitor had just as much airtime. So did the fifth brother guy with his interactions with both of them. Yeah. These were all 3 of them walking down the different streets and stuff. Like it wasn't like an overpowering, character debut, but it was definitely powerful. And I hope we do get to see if she did a bunch of lightsaber stunt action, which we know she did, because that was, I think, the first thing she ever shared on Instagram was training how to use a lightsaber. Yeah, it's interesting seeing some of the helmets like that.
I love aliens.
One of the bars told her.
And I'm loving these crocodile guys. I want a crocodile alien guy figure.
Yeah.
And I want, what do you call him?
Tino's already making them, I'm sure.
What did you call
him? Yeah, that guy was my
Tentacle
favorite.
Beard?
He kind of looked like Ron Perlman with tentacles. I don't know. He was a cool looking alien for sure.
I don't know what you called him, like Beard Head or Tentacle Beard or something like you. But I liked seeing one of these guys, but with a blue cloak instead of red in the bar. So I was like, ooh, can I get another figure? Or I want to get another one of these and paint the robe blue then. There's
I saw a couple of walrus mans in one of the bars, hanging out, the Aqualish kind. No real other, OG Cantinas characters that I saw, but definitely a good mix of humans and aliens, much like they did in the Mando and the Book of Boba Fett. But I wanted to be more heavy aliens. I love the aliens.
I grabbed a couple of these figures when they were out for Force Awakens because I just love the design of this guy. I think he looks so cool.
I didn't get a lot of those 5 POAs from that series, and I really wish I did because I like the 5 POA. I just like the more of the retro look better.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah.
So I've decided I'm going to paint silver on her armor.
Because just the chest piece, you mean?
Because her armor should be silver. Yeah, I think they just made a mistake, man. Like,
yeah,
much like Boba's armor is painted. Oops. Like,
yeah, the silver on the chest piece. Yeah,
paint their armor. Like, come on. So yeah, do you want to open a toy?
I actually have something we could open. I got this thing. Look at this. Buzz Lightyear's giant ass ship.
What's it called?
The XL-15. The XL-15. Oh, you got Falcon also, man.
Yeah, I'll just pretend this is Eagly until I get a Peacemaker retro figure, which hopefully, like McFarlane does something fun like that. I gotta open Venom first though because he's bigger.
How did they actually glue this down? They did. No tape. They actually glued it.
Welcome, Gilster. So how much was that? Like $18 US?
Yeah, no.
That ship.
Actually, I can't remember. I just. Oh, it was basically about $40.
Oh, really? Wow, that's a lot.
I ordered it online because
So that would be like $70 here.
I've been seeing them at Target for I think they're $45 or $49 at Target, but it was one of those things where I was on Amazon and they had it for $39.99 marked down. So I was like, they already marked it down and the movie isn't even out. Like, what the hell? So
if you guys don't already follow John Tyler Christopher on Instagram and Facebook, he does all this artwork, and he also does those Kenner action figure variant covers for Marvel Comics.
Oh yes, that's right. Yeah,
and he also does the Black Series packaging from the early black and red boxes and the black and gray boxes. That's all done by the same artist. So he gets a lot of work from Hasbro. He's very talented.
I met him. Was it at a celebration? Was he at Celebration Chicago?
I don't think he was in Chicago. I think he might have been in previous ones. So
Did I meet him in Orlando then? Was that where I met him?
Maybe.
I met him at a convention, and he had all his comics there, and he was signing the covers of comics, and we just sat down and talked while he was signing books for like, I don't know, a half hour or something. And he's a big, massive Star Wars fan. He loves his vintage toys. We just sat there talking vintage Star Wars for like a half hour. It was like amazing. And it was so cool that he just...
Badass is that.
I think I walked up to get one of my comics signed, and we started talking, and he just goes, "Hey, have a seat while I do these other guys' autographs." And I just he pulled up a chair, and I sat down, and we were just shooting the shit for a half hour while he was signing other people's autographs. It was like...
I've never met him, but before I did some work for Gentle Giant in 2018, I actually reached out to him and one other artist via email, kind of a little bit of personal email, just asking him, hey, any directions or input on doing licensed artwork for businesses like, Gentle Giant, Hasbro, Sideshow, etc. And he gladly replied and gave me some tips and tricks and things like that. So I'll always appreciate that. Like, it wasn't like a month later. Within a couple of days, he emailed me back and gave me some great input on being a licensed artist.
Speaking of, were you at a celebration in the Gentle Giant booth?
Just as a fan. Yeah, I visited their booth every day when I was in Chicago, just because Dev was working there, and he's my contact.
Did I walk up and talk to you? Because I distinctly remember walking up to someone who had a beard like you have, and when I walked up to him, they said, "I don't work for Gentle Giant, but I've done work for them in the past." And then we started talking, and he said a couple things on the podcast. We recorded like, "Oh, this is what I worked on for Gentle Giant," you know what I mean? And then it was like one or two questions, and then we just stopped the recording and just shot the shit for a couple minutes, and then I went away.
Okay.
And it was like when I first met you, and when I was like, I think I know this guy, and then when you said you did stuff for Gentle Giant, I was like, and I've always been wondering, did I meet him at the Gentle Giant booth, and that's where I know Rick from, but I just don't remember if that was you or not. I'll have to find that old recording, because I bet
if you have it, yeah, definitely.
Whoever I recorded with said their name, I bet. So I'll have to.
Oh wow, this is rad, man! I didn't really realize he had wings. Well, I guess I did, but just looking at him on the card, I didn't clue in.
Oh yeah. I see what you're saying. I think he's a great figure. I like that guy.
And they're not 5 POA either. Like, you can rotate their wrists.
Their arms,
on most of
them. The arms and stuff will move. Yep.
And you can even swap them and make your own kind of characters, like Motu Origin style.
Can you really?
Yeah, I saw some guys swap hands on, on the Flame On version of I can't get his eagle to stick on, but yeah, he looks pretty rad. These are great, man. Just the simplicity of the way these need to be colored and the quality they can achieve doing that now with their pad printing and their digital printing now. So now, what's this Kenobi show? 7 episodes, 8 episodes, something like that, right?
No, I think it's only 6, isn't it?
6 episodes. So do you think it would go the way where not a lot of time will go by and they'll go for a season 2?
No, I don't know. I guess that depends on how much fun Ewan McGregor had doing this, because I know that someone, I guess it also probably depends on how much work he has lined up. Because I know, I would imagine someone at Ewan's stature would probably be like, I've got too much work to do to spend a lot of time doing these shows. because it's like.
Yeah, but I think some of these actors need time to spend their money too. Like they need time off.
Yeah, yeah. It's a bit. I mean, it's kind of a big job to do this kind of stuff, isn't it? But
I would say, like Ahsoka right now, they're 3 weeks in filming, and I'm assuming they'll probably be 8 weeks, 10 weeks filming that show, and then the actors, free to go home, and they might have to come back or do some voiceover work for a day or a week or whatever. But yeah, I don't know. I don't think they spend more than a couple of months on filming one of these 6 or 8 episode series. Like they might spend a whole year in post-op editing and special effects and stuff. But and the Wolverine's so much smaller too.
But
and she showed up today, so she left the set to come be at Celebration.
Yeah, they've all been taking their turn. Like Filoni left the set the other day to do his bit, So
yeah.
I think they've all been taking their turn and scheduling around it. Yeah, but I mean,
4 days off and promote your business.
Yeah, yeah. But I don't know. I guess
so. Was the clone trooper anyone of significance? I think it was just a random.
I think it was a random
clone.
Yeah, it was. I think it was a random. It's difficult. Someone out there who knows a lot about the helmets might be able to zoom in and cut out a shot of that helmet. And
it looked pretty blue and 501st looking, though.
Oh, it totally looked 501st, but it's like
they did confirm that tomorrow is back as Rex in the Ahsoka show, so we will see Rex, and he probably has a way cooler looking beard. But yeah, cool to see more beards in Star Wars. So yeah, they said Sabine Wren, or is that her name? Sabine, whatever, the Twi'lek, Hera, Chopper, and Rex all will be in the new Ahsoka show, currently filming right now. And hopefully, if anyone sees these trailers drop for Mando season 3 or a little Ahsoka teaser, please let us know so we can pull them up and give a little live reaction on the YouTubes.
Yeah, because I want to know more about this. Those shows
behind the scenes, Mando and Boba Fett on stage now, so maybe potentially something can come up soon. But yeah, if anyone sees that, please let us know in the chat.
Because I liked seeing Hera on the thing, and then
yeah, the actresses, I can totally picture them, even though I haven't seen them in full makeup. I've just seen what they look like without makeup.
And then Babu Frick is in
yes, Mando season 3. Babu Frick returns,
and I'm so happy. I love Babu Frick. He's great.
Oh wow, that's pretty big.
This is cool, man. It's
X-wing size, man.
Yeah, it is. It's pretty cool. It's got retractable landing gear, so all 3 landing gear can go up. They have cleverly designed. Look at this. There's no, but this is actually a button. Shoots out the
firing.
missiles.
Any bells and whistles, like sounds and batteries and stuff?
No.
Well, it looks like X-wing from the bottom, exactly, dude.
Yeah.
Look at it from the bottom.
Right? Yeah.
It totally does.
Yeah.
You should. Oh man, if they weren't $50, I'd buy one and paint one up like Red 5.
And they're like, they remind me of Battlestar Galactica. They remind me of Star Wars. Really big cockpit here. We got a button so that opens up.
Sweet.
Huge, lots of room to get your hand in there, play with your characters, get them in their straps for him to sit in.
Oh no way! He's got like a seatbelt.
Yeah. So, and even where his feet go. I mean, these things all fold.
Oh, nice.
Work. So that's cool.
It's very toyetic.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah,
and it came with a Buzz figure, right?
There's lots of room to get your. I like it when the cockpit is big and open. You can get your hands in there and really position the guy. There's nothing more annoying than having a small cockpit that you can barely get your figure in.
A small cockpit, eh?
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
how
look,
articulated is the Buzz Lightyear? Like 5 POA or a little more?
So Buzz, he's about 4.5 inches tall.
Oh, it just looks so childlike, matching the colors exactly,
He's
right?
got bendable elbows.
Okay.
And a twist in the arms. Head
Yeah,
movement.
Mattel makes quality toys. Like I'm not going to
a waist movement. The legs, they really go to sit down. Good knee joints. So
do you think he's 3.75 or do you think he's 4 inches?
No, he's like 4.5. He's like.
Oh, okay.
Let me grab a
3. The ship is pretty big.
3.75.
Oh wow.
Next to him, so he's easily 4.5, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I think a vintage Battlestar fig would fit inside and have lots of room to spare. If you put Starbuck.
He's got a little glass dome you can put over his head.
He looks just like the cartoon character. That's amazing.
Snaps on really nice, and he's got a jetpack. So you even get a jetpack for him.
To infinity and beyond, indeed.
Let's see, the jetpack.
Does he have a kung fu grip?
The jetpack fits on, and the wings. Oh, no way. Does this really...
They flap? Yeah, I like action figures with articulated fingers. Careful, you poke your eye out, kid. It's going to shoot lasers at the screen, and everyone's going to go blind.
I can't get it to push now. It just did it, and then...
Maybe the wings have to be open. Oh, okay. That's what I was thinking. Does it shoot lasers? If you were 6 years old, you'd figure that out in 1.3 seconds.
Oh, I know.
And you would have already tasted it and had it in dirt, in the bathtub, in the carpet, on the couch. Yeah, somewhere if we knew, we could go back in time and raid all the vacuum cleaner bags of the late 70s and early 80s. Uh-oh. Someone shoved a $100 bill inside it? Oh, no way.
It totally opens all the way up. So you can play even
you can put more people in there.
Yeah. This is cool.
Yeah, I'm the same Lobot with those rainbow figures. I do want 2 of them because I love the beautiful card artwork on them. And of course, I need to open one and let them breathe. Come on, man. Frickin' lasers.
Frickin' laser beams.
So let's jump right to the end of Obi-Wan because that's the part I love the best. Is when Riva, lets Obi-Wan know, or sorry, Ben, she calls him. Hey, Ben. She knows his freaking name, man. Tells him, what, you didn't know Anakin was alive? You didn't know? And Anakin's eyes just, to give me a wow moment of something that I hadn't known throughout all of, I guess, the prequels and the sequels, that myself, including yourself, and nobody knew that Ben Kenobi did not know Anakin was actually alive and was Darth Vader when he was a younger Obi-Wan. He did not know this. To me, that was a wow moment. It was never something I even thought of. And for the writer to be able to put that in there and declare this is now canon, here's, you now know Anakin is / Darth Vader and he is alive. And then, boom, the next scene, he force chats Vader and Vader. Vader answers his eye chat, and
you really
they're
think
now
there was a connection through the Force. You really think that?
Absolutely 200%. They communicated. Vader felt him. Kenobi felt Vader. That's how that show ended. Boom.
Wow.
Canon. They've now Force connected, and I think that was fantastic, man. I think that was my favorite part of the episode. And then we get, a couple of Darth Vader breaths, roll credits, Like, how cool was that, man? Like, I don't think we're going to see hours and hours of Vader, but I think the Vader we get,
I predict
is
2
going to be awesome.
Well, I predict 2 fights.
Yes, I think that's what the rumors are.
I think they're going to meet either in this next or the third or fourth episode, and then in the final one, they're going to have their final duel. That's what I think. And
I wonder if Vader loses a hand again.
Check this out real quick. So you can open the cockpit here, and then when you pull this lever, the doors open up, and he can stand up and come out.
Man, it plays with the toy for you.
And then, like, if you want, you clip him in, and he's like, to infinity and beyond. We're ready to launch.
He definitely looked scared when he was like, Vader's alive. Like, that was there too, the fear. Fear leads to hate. Hate leads to suffering. Yeah, Yoda is just chilling right now. I'm going to call it right now. At one point in the show, Ben Kenobi gets on a spaceship and goes to Dagobah. And we see Yoda talk to Ben. Ben's like, I can't connect to Qui-Gon. Help me. And he does the whiny Anakin thing. And by the end of the season, Kenobi will connect with his master.
He's gonna talk to Qui-Gon.
But it'll be the final scene in episode 7, 4 seconds before the credits roll.
Well,
that's my guess. I don't think that's been spoiled or rumored. That's a Left Coast theory.
Real quick before I go over to 3 Men and a Monkey Lizard. Surprise.
Yeah, no, we'll close up here in 5 minutes, guys. We just wanted a little quick fun chat.
Surprise! I'm not supposed to tell anybody, but I think I guess Rum was saying I already spilled the beans or whatever, but I'm a surprise guest tonight. So
yes, Omega. Okay, we won't spoil it. No one in the chat saw that.
No one heard me. Yeah, this is everyone in the chat. Everyone act surprised when you see me in about 5 minutes on a different show.
But I think Riva is very Vader-esque. So I guess that's why I like her a lot.
Well, what I was going to ask you real quick, Rick, was, so did you see the before the first episode, they had a lead up. They were like, this is Obi-Wan's story so far.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And they showed all this stuff. Now, how much of that do you think is foreshadowing? Because they did say the stuff of like, and while you are away, I'm going to teach you how to commune with your old master. And,
exactly,
and they hinting at Qui-Gon, and then they show him in the cave trying to go, Master, can you talk to me whatever?
He calls for him 2 times minimum. Like, when he's trying to save Leia from falling, he's like, I might need your help here.
I can use your help here, And so
I'll recommend everyone go rewatch that opening, Clone Wars-esque prequel 5-minute scene, because yes, I bet you 100% it's all foreshadowing. Because those scenes were pulled out of a library of millions on purpose.
Yeah,
for the reason
the other part of it is, why is Mace Windu so prevalent in that? Is he going to show up somewhere? Are we going to finally get Mace is alive?
He could have been that guy sitting on the street instead of that clone trooper. They could have picked, almost anybody, right? But
I don't know.
Thanks for coming out, guys. I hope everyone did enjoy the Kenobi show as much as me and John obviously did. I think it's getting a lot of love and very little hate. So that's what we want to see. We want to keep the Star Wars love going, man. So I appreciate everyone. Head on over to the 3 Men and a Monkey Lizard without any special guests whatsoever at all.
Oh yeah. We have no idea who's going to be on it with them tonight.
Okay, and I'm going to play my little intro outro thing here just because it's pretty cool. Thanks, guys.
About their 5 favorite Star Wars Kenner figures.
Number 1 is Hammerhead.
Yeah, that's mine. Number 1 will be Hammerhead. You're right.
Right on, guys. Collect them all and let them breathe.
Hello there.
I've been waiting for you, Obi-Wan. We meet again at last. You should not have come back.
I don't like sand. It's coarse and rough and irritating, and it gets everywhere.